What's up, guys? In this week's video, I'm going to give you not 5, not 8, not 10, but 12 awesome tips that you guys should do before every single wedding and even most events like grad parties, sweet 16, corporate events. Hang out, grab something to drink, and let's go through 12 different things. Yo! Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In this week's video, like I said in the beginning, not 5, not 8, not 10, but 12 incredible things that you as either a new DJ or maybe even a seasoned DJ, 12 different things that you should be doing before every single wedding. And you can use a lot of these tips for other types of events like corporate parties, birthdays, grad parties, school events, whatever type of event that you DJ, these 12 tips might come in handy for you. Before I begin, as always, thank you to everyone who has subscribed, commented, and liked on the channel. You guys have blown it up. You guys are rock stars, so thank you.
You love me. You really love me.
Okay, let's begin. 12. I'm going to start at the very, very top. Number 1. See if I can grab it. Uplights. Make sure they're charged. You don't want to show up to an event and you've only got maybe 25% battery life, 50% battery life. Maybe you forgot to charge them up after your last event, but make sure your uplights are always charged for each and every single event that you do. You don't want them dying on you at the beginning, midway through. You want them to go all the way through as much as possible. Tip number 2, if you use a tablet in your setup, whether it's for the ceremony or you need background music for cocktail hour or whatever, make sure your tablet is fully charged. Again, just like your uplights, you don't want it dying in the middle of your ceremony or in the middle of cocktail hour or dinner hour or whatever. So make sure your tablet is fully charged up and ready to go. Tip number 3, same with your camera. Make sure your camera batteries are good to go. Same thing with your flash. If you are a DJ that takes your own photography or your own videography, make sure everything is good. It's going to get you through the event. You're going to be able to get some outstanding pictures and videos, and you are good to go. Me as a DJ, I always take my own photos, my own videos. It's just one less thing that I have to bug other vendors for. Plus, I always like to send the client a bunch of pictures that I take a few days afterwards. And yeah, so make sure if you take your own photos that your camera and flash are fully charged as well. Number 4. Make sure that you printed out all of the wedding details and timeline. If you don't print out a hard copy, and let's say you keep it on your tablet or on your laptop or whatever, make sure you got it available. Make sure it's there. You don't want to get to the venue and then realize, oh, shit, I forgot the timeline. I forgot the wedding details. What am I going to do? So make sure you have it. And if you do print out hard copies, make sure you got multiple copies so that you can give one to the venue coordinator, the photographer, or the videographer, even the caterer. Just make sure you got extra copies and they're in your backpack or wherever you keep important documents with you for your events or with your laptop or whatever. Just make sure you got it. Tip number 5, microphones. Make sure that you always have a fresh set of batteries in your microphone. Now, a lot of DJs, they do like to use rechargeable batteries for their mics. This is the one thing that I don't use that is rechargeable. My uplights are rechargeable, my tablet I recharge, the batteries in my camera are rechargeable. But when it comes to the microphones, I always make sure I use a fresh set of name brand batteries in every single event that I do. You don't want this bad boy dying on you in the middle of a ceremony or in the middle of speeches when the father of the bride is giving a heartfelt message to everybody. So make sure your microphone is good to go and it's going to get you through the entire event. Number 6, and this is probably one of the most important on this list of 12 things, your hard drive. Make sure you are doing backups before every single event. Now, a lot of DJs, they don't use externals. They just keep all their music on their laptop. That's fine if that's what you prefer, but make sure that there's precautions in place. Make sure if you're bringing a second laptop as the backup, make sure that it's mirrored to your main or your primary laptop. Same thing with your external hard drives. If you have your main hard drive, make sure that everything is copied and mirrored over to a secondary or even a third one. You don't want your gear breaking or whatever in the middle of an event. You always want to make sure that you have backup equipment so that if something happens, you're good to go and you can switch everything out. And it's not a matter of if, it's always a matter of when. At some point in a DJ's career, their hard drive, their laptop, their tablet, their gear, whatever, something's going to go south, something's going to break, and if you don't have a backup, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So make sure you're doing your backups and you've got all your music in case something does bad happen. You can switch over quickly and easily, and the event keeps going. Number 7, do your research on the venue, guys. Know where it is, know the location, know what kind of traffic that you might hit on the way there, know what the parking situation looks like, know what your travel time is going to look like.
I know that. Here, give me the phone.
You don't want to go to a venue blind, especially if it's a new venue that you've never been to before. Load up Google Maps, look at the satellite view, see what the parking lot looks like, see how long it might take you to actually travel there, see what Google Maps is telling you. Maybe there's like some unexpected construction and you're going to get caught in the middle of it, and then you're going to find yourself, you're going to be super late getting to the venue to set up. You don't want that to happen. Nobody likes anxiety. So make sure that you're prepped before every event. Look at the traffic. Look at the venue details. Look at how long it's going to take you to get there. And just be knowledgeable on what it's going to take to actually get to that place. Tip number 8. If you supply monograms to every wedding or every event, make sure your projector is good to go. Load up your monogram files on your projector and test it. Turn it on. Shine it on a wall. Make sure it looks good. Make sure you got the bride and groom's names correct. Make sure you got the date correct. Just test. Make sure your monogram is good to go. Everything is working. The monogram looks great, and you're all set. Tip number 9, vehicle check. Make sure you got a full tank of gas, guys. Make sure your tires are in good working order.
Wait a minute. These tires won't take a balance.
They won't.
No. You hear that clunk?
No.
Yeah, that tells me you need 4 new tires.
Make sure your vehicle can just get you to the venue and obviously get you back home. But just, you don't want to break down. You don't want to be stuck on the side of the road calling AAA and then calling the bride and groom and saying, oh, my vehicle's broken and I don't know when I'm going to get there. No. That is amateur. That is just not the way to go. So before every event, just do a walk around your vehicle, look at the tires, look at it, make sure the gas tank is full, make sure you got no check engine lights showing up. Just make sure you can get yourself to the venue and rock out. Number 10, inventory check. Before every event, just look at all your gear, look at your speakers, look at your tripods, look at your controllers, your turntables, your CDJs, look at your lights, look at your facade, just look at all of your equipment and make sure that it's in, obviously, a good appearance. It looks good, but make sure it's in good working order. You don't want to show up to a venue and realize your speaker's blown or destroyed, or your lights are messed up, or your tripods look terrible, or whatever. Just do an inventory check. Just look at your stuff. Don't just toss it in your vehicle and then, when you get to the venue, unload it and set it up, and then realize at that point that, damn, I should have brought a different piece of equipment because this equipment isn't as good as it should be. Also, too, check your carts. Whatever it is you use, move your gear in and out of a venue, whether it's Rock and Roller or AMG or any of these other big names that are out there that a lot of DJs use for their carts and moving dollies and all that. Make sure it's working good. Make sure the wheels aren't bent. Make sure it doesn't look like it's going to fall apart on you when you're trying to get 500 pounds of gear inside a venue. Just do an inventory check and make sure everything is fine and looks good and is ready to go. Tip number 11, photo booth. If you offer photo booth services to your clients, there's a couple things. First, do an inventory of all your props. Make sure they're good, they look okay, they're not scratched up, they're not bent, they're not whatever. Second, if you offer printed pictures on site with your photo booth and it's not a digital photo booth, make sure that your printer is loaded up with a media kit, or check the current inventory of photos that can be printed from the printer and make sure you've got enough to get you through the event. A good rule of thumb is if an event's going to have between 100 to 150 people, make sure you got at least 200 pictures on your printer. A lot of people are going to print multiple copies. You might have kids that just go crazy in the photo booth and just printing tons and tons of stuff. Just make sure you got enough media left on the printer so that you can get through the event and you're good to go. My last and final tip, guys, pack snacks and something to drink. Crucial, it's critical. Guys, let me tell you, a lot of weddings and a lot of events, it's a very long day. You don't want to dehydrate. You don't want to pass out from not drinking enough. Pack yourself some snacks, some water, some Gatorade, some Red Bull, whatever. Just make sure that you have something to eat and you're staying hydrated and you can get through the event without any problems. There you go. 12 easy, simple tips that every DJ should be doing before each and every single event. Now, as a new DJ, you're probably thinking, oh, this is great information. I never even thought about some of this stuff. You might be a seasoned DJ and say, no, I never even thought about this. This is good. Whatever. Just make sure that you're going through these things. And if you've got some additional tips, some additional things that you do before every wedding or event, comment below. Let me know what else you guys do. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I can add probably, I would say, at least 100 more ideas and tips from my years and my experience of working weddings and events. And if you guys want to know more, let me know. I'll do a part 2. But keep commenting, keep liking, keep subscribing. And until next week, guys, a day without dancing is a day wasted. See ya.